Good morning, my friends. Welcome to my channel. I'm really excited. Please excuse the shadows. I'm still figuring this out, but I decided sometimes you just gotta go. So we're gonna get this started, and then maybe next time it'll be better. Next time it will be better. Positive thinking, right? I'm probably bouncing the camera too. Okay, we're getting here. I've still got stuff coming in the mail. Equipment coming in the mail. So I'm going to unbox a kit, and we're going to use that kit today. I have several kits, but we're only going to do one. So let me clear this away, and then we'll come back and unbox it and then use it. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this is the Deluxe journaling kit. This is the card that comes with it that explains the mood. Drift into the hush of the ocean's embrace where time slows, light dances softly through waves, and the world above fades into a gentle blur. This collection is a tribute to the stillness beneath the sea, inspired by the quiet elegance of coral gardens, the glimmer of sunlight on sand, and the slow, graceful motion of marine life. With soothing blue, sea foam, and pearl hues, each piece captures the meditative rhythm of the tides and the poetry of the deep. It's a world of quiet wonder where silence speaks in ripples and serenity reigns in every current. Let this collection carry you to a place of peace, deep, endless, and beautifully still. Thank you, Christine. It's beautiful, and I'm not actually a water person, but I love this kit. It's beautiful, and the imagery in the poetry is beautiful. So this is the vinyl sticker that comes with most subscriptions. They keep going until they run out. So all the kits get them. Sometimes the sticker kits don't. So let's see what's in here. Also, I didn't say I have the washi trio kit. I might use some of that. We'll see. But let's see what's in this kit. This is my favorite kit. This kit, Deluxe Journaling Kit, like I said, has some things from the planner kit and some things from the journaling kit, plus a couple of extra things. So if you're just looking for one thing and you're kind of journaling planner-ish, then this might be your baby. What was I going to say? What else? Oh, so we got lots of paper crafts, right? You got scrapbooking and journaling and planning, and there's another one I was thinking of, card making, something else. Anyway, all of these things fall under the paper crafts, and all of these things can be used for paper crafts, but they do have a few special things for certain things, which is why they have the different kits. So we are going to actually start with just whatever's on top. This is the washi. It has shells, and this time all of the kits, I believe, have a different washi. Each of them has a different washi. Now, the washi trio doubles a couple of the kits, and when we do those kits, we'll see. But this is the shell washi, and I'm not going to lift it up and show it to you because I'm still not sure where my camera is. But this is the shell washi, and it's, you know, maybe I'll zoom in on the editing. Oh, do I remember how to do that? We'll see. Maybe I'll zoom in on it for you. But I'm going to add that to my little washi collection here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you the washi trio first because, you know, we might use those, and I probably won't do a separate video for these. So let's just look at these. So this one has these beautiful shells with lots of different color, and I really love it. That's the thing I noticed is we only have a couple that are mostly just one color and one pattern that kind of a subtler pattern, more subtle pattern of the same color. All the other ones seem to have a gradient. They seem to change colors along the way. So that's cool. I guess it's not a gradient. There is one or more with a gradient, but that's the shells and the waves. Did I do the waves? I don't think I did the waves. This is the waves. Which kit is this in? This is in the planner kit, maybe? I think it's in the planner kit. We'll find out when I do the planner kit. So those are the waves. So pretty. I like that. Last month for the Mediterranean Muse, we had yellow and blue, and it was very bright and very pretty, and I bought way too much. which I might also have done with this one, but I highlighted the blue. I wanted to focus on the blue, so I did a lot more blue than yellow. And this one, I think I might do the same thing. So let's see. This has like a map and some faded writing. Oh, look, it has a compass and like some splotch marks. It's kind of like, it's treasure map. It's probably a pirate map. I'm just saying, you know, look through it. See if you can find a treasure. There might be a treasure for you. There is a treasure. It's all this. That's the way it is. So these are the washes we might use. What I want to do is each time when I do a project, I want to use just the one kit so that you can know, oh, this is what I could do with that kit. And it is possible to do something with just one kit, because I have lots of kits and usually I cross over. All of these are things I've bought. I'm not on the design team or part of Cocoa Daisy. I just love them and buy too much stuff. So here are the stamps. Where is the plastic? I am not really big into stamps anymore. I used to be, and I have, oh, so many stamps from, you know, did that even go? Nope, that pulled the wrong part. There we go. From like 25 years ago when I was doing dots, which became close to my heart. And I was a demonstrator for them and bought, you know, thousands of dollars worth of stamps, which are downstairs and haven't been used in a long time. So I don't know when I'll use these. We'll see. I just haven't been doing them. I don't know if you can see that. Because again, I don't really know where my camera is. Okay, we're going to try this. And if it's awful, then you know why I didn't do it. I can look, I'm looking at my camera and I'm coming up. Maybe? What do you think? I don't know. Anyway, it says quiet moments, noteworthy, memories, to-do list, don't forget, and daily journal. And it has a little banner, and you can fit them in the little banner. So I won't be using that today, but maybe sometime. I don't know. We'll see. And then this is the little sticky note tag, which is adorable. Look at that. Has a little chain, feels very nautical, very sea-ish. Oh, it says dated. So it does have the chain, right? And you could take the chain off if you're worried about it. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go like this and just rip it. So it's just, I'm probably going to hook it onto my wallet because I got a Planner Perfect wallet. Oh, we will so talk about my Planner Perfect journey later. But it's enough. Is it going to stick? No, it's not going to stick anymore. But if I have it on there, then I can write down my note if I just need to, if I have a note, stick it in my thing, or give it to my friend if I'm like, hey, let me give you the address to that party we're going to, which isn't real because we don't go to parties. But, you know, sometimes you just need a little piece of paper to hand somebody a note. So that's what this is. We're going to set that aside. I'm making a mess already. And then we have the, what do you call them? The die cuts and tabs. So let's look at those. We've got all these tabs. I love the tabs. I love the little ones the best, but they don't always stick as well because I put them right on the edge. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I'm not really sure what I'm doing. You know what I love about these tabs though? They're so different, but they all go with the kit, right? So I'm colorblind. Oh, I should have said that at the beginning. I'm colorblind. So my favorite part about Cocoa Daisy is that everything already matches and it's all together. So I trust that these all go together. If I'm wrong, don't tell me. Oh, you can tell me, whatever. It's all good. So those are the tabs. And then we have cute little fish and some shells. I love the turtle. I think everybody loves the turtle. This has like some seaweed and shells and there's a little fish in there. Which way? This way. More seaweed and shells. Shells. Is that fish? Nope, I think that's seaweed. Another turtle and more shells. Lovely. Here's a request for everybody who designs stickers. Please have some going both directions. Like this turtle goes the same way. They both go this way. And sometimes, oh look, both of these fish go that way. It's possible as I go on, I'll find some others in other kits that go the other direction. But I like, okay, so I was on yearbook in high school, and we were taught that your people should look in toward the center of the paper. And I just still do that. Once in a while, I'll turn it so they're going out, but that's on purpose because they're out of here, right? If they're facing out, then it's like they're leaving the page. And if they're facing in, it's like they're coming. It's a whole thing. So I don't know. Or sometimes if I don't have one that faces the other direction and I need it in a certain corner, sometimes I just suck it up and I do it. But let me just tell you, it's not a happy thing for me when I do that. Okay, let's put those there. I don't need that right now. Here is the journaling card. Isn't it pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. Look, this turtle's coming from the other direction and this fish is coming. Okay, we'll just see. We're going to watch. So we've got July, which is beautiful. And then we have some journaling prompts. I'm not going to read them to you. When I journal in my books, which is occasional, I have horrible shadows. I'm sorry, keep it down. Maybe that'll help. When I journal, usually it's heart journaling right now. I'm going through some pretty heavy things in my personal life. And so the things I'm journaling are personal, and I don't need prompts. I have plenty to say. But these are fun, you know. Summer activity you want to try. How do you stay cool during the summer? I stay in the house. But this side is beautiful, and I don't know. Maybe I'll use it for something. Okay, we're going to come back to those because we got to open all those. This is the Deluxe Journaling Kit. I should have said this. The Deluxe Journaling Kit, like I said, has things from both of those kits, plus on its own. These, give me a minute. These are from the Planner Kit, I think. And this is from the Planner Kit, I think. And then these are from the Journaling Kit, and it says Journaling Kit stickers. So I know. The rub-ons, I think, are also from the Journaling Kit. And then we have some things that are just in this kit. So these two sheets are just in this kit, right? Yes, they're just in this kit. And I've watched so many of Christine's videos. I'm new to Cocoa Daisy. February of this year, Penelope was my first kit. So I wanted to understand how it all looked, and I was going back to, I bought some tabs from people, and I had to go back and find out what kit they went to so I knew what they matched, because that's the whole point of me getting Cocoa Daisy. One of the things that she said is that these two papers are always going to have 2 ledgers and 2 other things. I thought she said a grid and then that crosshatch that's usually here, but that's not crosshatching, so I don't know. So those come in the Deluxe Journaling Kit. These PET stickers, I believe, are from the regular journaling kit. We'll find out sometime in the future. This turtle's going the other way. Oh, it's this way. And since they're PET, don't really know which side. They're a little tricky at first. So this is the right side. So your little fish should be on the left if you want to get top and bottom. Okay, so then the Deluxe Journaling Kit also has a sheet of vellum. I probably bent this. I don't think that they bent this. A sheet of vellum. This one has anchors on it. And then it has a specialty sheet of some kind. This is like netting. I don't know if you can tell. It's like real netting. So I don't know if or how I'm going to use these. You know, if I were doing formal scrapbooking or card making like I used to, I would probably use them. I'm not right now. Maybe I will. I don't know. And then these are from the Planner Kit. I really should have had this pulled up in front of me so I could tell you. I think these are from the Planner Kit. There are 3 of them. They are 8 by 13, I think. Let's see. Whoops. 8 1/4, almost 8 1/2. So let's go 8 1/2. And then we're going to go 13. You can't see because I went off the table. 8 1/2 by 13. So, but they're double-sided, like I said, and they're beautiful. And I use mine to make the cover the, what do we call it, dashboard in my book, and I'll do that in a different video. That won't be in this one. But one of the things that I found in this is there are so freaking many colors. If you're colorblind, this is tough. We're going to talk about me trying to match markers to help to use this in a bit. But I have a daughter who's an artist, and usually she helps me. She signs off on my colors, but she wasn't available to do that this time. So we'll see how my colors are. But this one feels almost completely different from this one. As I was matching colors, I did find colors that were in here that were also in here. And I chose mostly from this one as much as I could, because these are the colors that I want. Did I say I wanted to bring the blues out in this one? I don't think I did. I started to. I'd like to bring the blues out in this one as well. The blues and the tans are what I'm looking at. So this one has like a map with rope on it. That's very cool. What's on the other side? Oh, the compasses that overlap. Do they have a map? They also have a map under them. There are just these hidden maps everywhere. I'm telling you, there is a pirate treasure somewhere. We have a lighthouse. Look, some little birds. Didn't notice those before. And the fish. And the seashells and the anchors. So there we go with those. Okay, let's pull out the rub-ons. You may notice that I don't open these in the traditional way because I hate fighting with that sticky part every time I put them in and out, and they stay in just fine. If I were, you know, flipping them around or something, maybe not, but they stay in just fine. And then this way, they're very easy to access. I'm going to move these. Hang on a second. Just these big ones, I think. Okay. Oh, if only you could see my whole desk. We'll get to that in a minute. So these are rub-ons, and the way they work, I'm going to set that right there, put them both here. The way they work is you have this little stick, this little popsicle stick. I don't know how much glare is there, but I'll bet you can tell that's popsicle stick. So you have the popsicle stick. This has a top sheet. It really does, I promise. Oh, this is the top sheet. I love the bottom ones. It has a top sheet that has these images that are like paint on it. And you don't want to set it down because they will sometimes transfer. This is to protect it. So you cut a piece off. You don't have to, but if you take, you know, whatever, and you cut a piece off, then you're less likely to accidentally get the other ones on there. So you cut a piece off. I should have taken that out. Let me grab one of these. Oh my goodness. Hang on. That was Excedrin. Don't ask me why. Because I have a headache and it's, you know, it's there. Okay. So you take your little popsicle stick thing and you kind of scrape it, and that transfers the paint onto your paper of whatever kind. And we're going to talk about rub-ons in the future because I love them and I'm kind of struggling with them. So let's see what's going on. Oh, we got this. This is the last one, right? This is the last one. So let's see. These are the journaling stickers, like I said, and they are, they're from the journaling kit. So the journaling kit, I don't know if I'll talk about that one. I mean, I'll probably do that in one that's just an unboxing. But the journaling kit is purposely designed with very low profile, right? So sometimes I use the die cuts. These die cuts are paper, so they're a little thicker than some of the others that are on vellum. So sometimes I use the die cut and then I flip a page and then I'm writing and I get that little bump because the die cuts are, you know, thick like a heavy cardstock. Heavy cardstock? Medium cardstock. But these are super thin. The rub-ons are super thin. The rub-ons are barely there. So when I flip the page and write, it's not a problem. So it comes with these 2 sheets. This is a full sticker. It really is. Why can't I pull that up right now? Okay, because I'm recording. Silly. Here we go. Full sticker sheet. It is vellum, so it doesn't tear. You need to cut it if you're going to cut it. Or you can just put it on whole. I actually, in one of mine, I have the vellum on the inside cover of my notebook, and then I put a yearly calendar on it. I'll probably show that to you, but lots of ways to use it. And then this one is also a full sticker. Beautiful, love them. I love these that are just a whole big picture, but I don't know where to use them because I don't want to lose any of the picture. So, you know, there's that. Anyway, and then you get your stickers, your letters. These are vellum, vellum, vellum. I think these are all vellum. Yeah, they're all vellum because it's a lower profile than paper. Days of the week with the dates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. And then you have these two papers. There's the one that has deco and some washi strips. We call them washi strips even though they're not washi. And then this one has some quotes and some washi strips and a couple of splatter, watercolor, whatever that goes behind other stuff. So that's the whole kit. I'm gonna clean up and then we're gonna come back and do something. Okay, be back in a minute. Okay, so let's talk about choosing colors. I struggle. Like I said, I am colorblind, so I use mostly Tombows because they are numbered and I have swatched them all. They're numbered and they have a name. So I can go, oh, I need the dark sand. Nope, sand, it's just regular sand. Or I can say, I need 992 because that's how my daughter knows them, is by the numbers. So I can get my swatching and I can put it on here on a piece of paper, and then I know which ones I can use, especially if they, if they get taken somewhere else. But here's the thing. Like I said, I'm colorblind. So this is the one I ordered from Planner Perfect to go with this. I felt like it went with this really well. The feeling, even if it doesn't exactly match, you guys tell me, does it exactly match? Because I feel like it matches pretty well. But I also asked my daughter if a blue would go with this yesterday, and she told me it was purple. So I might not be the best judge, but this is the planner we're going to use. So what I do when I'm choosing colors is I choose something that has most of the colors in it. And for this one, I actually used that big paper. Do I still have it? Let me see. Almost put it away, but I think I do. Okay, it's right here. Let's try, I think these two. Is this the one? Yep, this is the one I need. Okay, so this is what I used because it has pretty much all of the colors that are in the set, right? Between these two pages, I think so. And I wanted to focus on the blue. Let me set that aside. So what I did was I go like this. I go, okay, here we go. I think just at first glance, it looks, wow, does it go with this blue? Does it go with this blue? And then I kind of go back and forth. I have them all swatched. So I'm telling you, this takes me a very, very, very long time. So I kind of move them around and then I go, okay, well, what about this one? And so what I did end up choosing one of these. So I also chose, I think I chose this one and then this one and this one. And I'm hoping, I'm going on the idea that they're in the same little square, same group. So maybe they go together. We'll see. I know there isn't, I don't know if there's any light blue on here. This is all gray, right? This stuff is gray. I don't think there's any blue on there, but I use lighter colors in some parts of my book. So I need a light blue. So I have that one. I also have the powder blue dot marker. I kind of generally treat these like neutrals. I use them in almost every group, every kit, set, collection. That's what we call it. Anyway, so then I do the greens. Actually, I think I did the tans next. I went with the sand and I was like, does that work? I don't know. I'm just going with the sand because I like the sand. Yeah, and then I did greens and then I tried grays. And so here's what happened. It took me at least half an hour to choose all these colors. Maybe 20 minutes to choose all these colors. So these are the colors that I chose. And if they don't work, I would love it if you would tell me. I'm using them today. they will work for me, and when I look at my book, it will look good. But I would like to know, because then going forward, I would use different colors. But these are the ones that I chose after a lot of hemming and hawing. I chose these numbers, and then this one's the Oatmeal. I just got that one in a smoky kit, I think is what it was called. And this is the Pale Moss, which is also from that new kit. And then this is the Powder Blue that I showed you. So I use the dot markers usually on my dates for my monthly. So we'll see. As I said, I usually have more stickers. Oh, I think I forgot to get the PET stickers out. I think I put those away. Hang on. I did. I need those. Because since I usually use more kits, I tend, especially in my initial setup, I tend to use a bunch of stickers just because they go quicker. It goes faster. I also keep this right next to me to reference, because just because I chose the color doesn't mean it's going to be the one that I want in that spot. So this is for that. This is a little tracker that I made for myself. It's gone through many iterations, and I was using this long before I was using Planner Perfect. I was using it in my other traveler's notebook, and there are certain things that I want to track. So I have the sunrise, sunset, the temperature, the percentage chance of precipitation, and then I draw the sun or the clouds or whatever, and you'll see that on a future one. When I wake up, when I go to bed, whether or not I take a nap, when I take my meds, my water, and I write down what I have to eat. I'm really struggling with food and sleep, so I need to kind of track them. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try. Can you see it? Maybe. It says breakfast, brunch, lunch, snack, dinner, snackita. So I know that's not a real word, but in my mind, it helps if there's a name for each of those different things. And years ago, when I have bipolar 2, and I was with my psychiatrist, and we were talking about food and the whole thing, and she said, I want you to eat 6 times a day. Food, snack, food, meal, snack, meal, snack. And so I did that really well for a long time, and I haven't been lately, but I have breakfast, brunch, lunch, snack, dinner, snackita. So I can say brunch, snack, and snackita and know which one I'm planning on it for, or which one I had. It makes sense in my head, and that's all that matters. And then down here is where I put the other meds that I take. So if I take Excedrin or ibuprofen or Claritin or Benadryl or any of those things, then I have this section for morning, afternoon, evening, and then I write the date here. And I just use the same one every week. I print it out, I trim it, I cut it, and I put some washi on it. We're going to do that. That's why I have it out. And then in theory, I'm not always great at this. This helps me. I know they're not exact. This is old, like the triangle or something, but it helps me kind of have an idea. If I have 1 dot or no dots on the fruit and vegetables, that's a problem. I don't track the things that I'm not supposed to have. Like I used to have one that tracked junk food and stuff like that, and it's extra data that I don't need. If I'm eating these things, then I'm not eating junk food because I'm getting full on these things. And then this bottom part, those are, I wouldn't call them habit trackers. It's not things that I'm like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. It's things that help me psychologically, help my mood, and help me just be okay. I also, as part of the bipolar, I struggle with depression, and if I'm doing these, that really helps stave it off. So I'm getting too much into this. I'll explain this another time, but here you go. Maybe you can see it. It says sun or outside, sleep, food, water, move, PT or stretch, that's physical therapy, stretches I'm supposed to do. People, that just means I spent time with people. That's a tough thing. Meditate, worship, third place. Third place is the whole, our parents had third places. They went to work, they had home, and there was a third place. If I need to go to a third place more often, even though I don't work anymore. Other conversations. Sorry, this is way more about me and my life than it is about planning, but That's something you need to know about me. I'm an oversharer and I wander. My brain wanders. I'm 55. I don't always think clearly. I have these health things. Hang on just a second. Okay, we might be okay. I heard the neighbor's dogs walking by, and my dogs usually freak out when that happens. So if it gets really loud, I'm just going to stop and we're going to move on in a minute. Okay, I don't actually need those, and I don't need these. I do want these and these. I'm not going to use the tabs. I'll do that another time. Let's, oops, I buried that. I need that. Let's bring this out. We're going to start with, do I want to start with that? We're going to start with that because it's super easy. It doesn't really help you guys because, you know, you don't use one of these. Okay, so this is what I do. I usually use my least favorite that I still like. Hang on. Okay, dog is calm for now. So usually I use my least favorite because I want to use my favorites on the other thing. But I don't really have a least favorite. So it is very minimal. I put washi here and I put washi along the edge, and I like to have color. And this, since this has so much pattern, it also has a lot of color. I could put it there. But I think we're going to try this one first. And then, if I end up not loving it, then on the other ones, I will do it differently. So I just lay a strip right there. I am a little fussy, so I do lift it up and put it back down. Too often, probably. Let me move that one more time, just a little bit. That way. Okay, we're gonna call that good. If I hate it and it's crooked, I'll fix it later. It'll be a secret thing that I do later. Okay, so there's my one, and then we're gonna do this. I'm only gonna do this one page. You don't have to watch me do the whole thing. It's all good. It's gonna be great. Okay, and then I just kind of half it. Try not to stick my head in the camera, in the shot. So if I do, I apologize. I'll get better at this. Like I said, I'm new. I actually have another channel. I have an Animal Crossing gaming channel. So I can talk on, you know, camera and recording and stuff, but I can't do all this yet. We're using the actual camera as a thing, and getting stuff in front of me in the right place is the thing. So then it ends up looking like this. I'm probably going to change those. Yeah, that's not working for me. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll play with it, and then in the future, I'm thinking in the future, after I get a bunch of things done, I will put my book together and show you how I use it, and you'll see how it turns out then. But that's how I use this. That's how it goes together. So set that aside. Let's do the, so, oh, see, I put the calendar in here. I like to have a yearly calendar. I do most of my, my future planning on my phone. I'm pointing because my phone's up there. I'm using my phone. I do most of my future planning on there, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, what day of the week is that, as we're looking ahead, and it's super quick. So I will probably put a sticker here and do everything else first. So here is my July, my monthly. Let me grab my clip. I do have this clip. I don't know if I really want to use it right now, but I'm going to stick it right there for now. And, nope, I don't want to use that. I'll just leave it right there for now. Bend this thing back. It'll be great. Okay. Did I go all the way? Okay. Okay, so I need to grab, oh, my whiteout. I need my whiteout, and I need, hang on, I'm thinking. Oh, I'll be right back. Okay, I have a couple of things. I have this, and I have these, and I'm still working on what I want. So these, I don't dislike it. My problem is if I take my marker and I go over it and I put washi here, then this feels empty, and I don't always have something that's going to work good there. My goodness, that's not going off the screen. I apologize. I'm trying. So what I'm doing, you'll see. I like to, let's get this ready. If you pull that back to where the white is at the top, it'll start at the right time. Also, guess what I learned? I learned that, you know how sometimes they just don't cooperate? What I have learned, I probably have more on there than I need to, is that if you're trying to do it and it's just not moving, or you're getting like weirdness, I don't know how else to say it. If you tip it up just a little bit, it comes out super smoothly, probably smoothly. Try it and let me know if that works for you. It's been a life changer to figure that out. So, okay, I would love to know. I will put any questions that I ask, because I tend to ask a lot of questions. Oh, oopsie, because I got rushed and I didn't tip it. And I crunched it. My bad. What am I doing now? That's for sure, that's on me. Okay. Shouldn't be doing it this way. I frequently ask questions, and when I do, if I remember or find them while I'm editing or whatever, it's because I'm putting too much on here. I will write them in a comment below the video. So I would love it if you shared your answers with me. I know it does leave this little bit extra. I can't care about that. So, what I was going to ask is, I think I'm going to use the blue. What planner do you use? If you use a planner, what do you use? I might get my head in this because I want to get this exact. I try not to. And then I might have to do it again. Okay. Did I get white out on that? I don't think so. I think it's just crooked there. So let me know. Do you use a planner? If so, what do you use? Do you use the Cocoa Daisy inserts or planner? Or the Simple Daisy notebook? Does anybody use that as a planner? Because there are lots of other ways to use it. I don't know. I'm still learning all this. I'm figuring out what people do. Anyway, I would love to know what kind of planner system you use, calendar system, whatever. And if you don't use that, what do you use your Cocoa Daisy for? Are you a journaler? Are you a planner? Are you a scrapbooker? Tell me. I want to know. So here's the thing. These are just from Etsy, from a place called Lexington Flair, and all of a sudden I'm having a hard time getting it off. Don't usually. Anybody who does recordings, you know why this is happening. This is happening because, in a way, people are watching. Okay, I'm getting very frustrated now. Like I said, I've not ever had trouble with this before. What even the heck? Okay, hang on. Okay, I went and grabbed a different set. Hopefully this will come off. Okay, there we go. See how easy that was? So I do this and then I just put this in the middle. I'm not fully locked into these months. They're good for now. I haven't figured out what I want. So let me know if you use a Planner Perfect book, whatever, and you have these monthly things. Tell me what you do, and if you use stickers, tell me what stickers you use. Oh, I guess I could have used the stickers that came with the set. Oh well, where to put? Okay, this can go right there. And then, so the other thing I usually do, frequently will put some washi on these things. Do I want to add some washi there? Let's do this one. And this is upright, this is upright. So we're going to put some right here. Ooh, I definitely like that blue one at the top and this one at the bottom. They just work for me, maybe because this is the bottom of the ocean. That's the ocean up at the top. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Okay, so then some up here. And then over in that sidebar, I write birthdays and things. I'll show you that. So I don't, okay, I'm going to grab my sticker. Hang on. Let me grab my stickers from my book. So if I knew that I was going to do this much, because I was going to talk about these things, I would have all these, but I didn't know I was going to talk about these. So what I do is I have these stickers. These are from Franny Lamb stickers. I will link her below. And I like the clear ones because they work for me. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put birthday right here because my brother has a birthday that day. That was probably really loud. I'm sorry. And then I take my pen. I use a Pilot G2 0.38. That's what I use all the time to write in my books. And then let's see, the 17th. So I'm going to go 17. And then I'm going to go Chris. I'm going to write it very badly. Okay, so if I put anything on here that needs an explanation, I put it over there. And if I don't, or I have extra stuff, maybe I'll add a sticker later. Maybe not. Then for my numbers, let me look. I usually use my dot markers. And I don't like to use a dark one because I want to be able to see this. That's why I chose light ones. I like the lightness of the moss. I'm not really using the moss. I kind of like the oatmeal, but it doesn't have as big a dot unless I press harder, and then it's going to go through, and you know, I'm not going to use the blue, so I can set the blue aside. Decisions. I want the oatmeal. We're just going to try, actually, how about this? Where's this one? This one is $9.90. Before I started using the dot markers, I just used these. And the circle is not perfect, and sometimes it's crooked, especially when I get on those. So actually, let's turn this to get to the inside ones. And then I just do a circle of color. And that's good enough. I'm a minimalist, so I don't do a ton of decorating. But I do like some color. And when I first saw this kit, I was a little worried because the colors are kind of muted, and muted colors are a little tricky for me as a colorblind person. I need a lot of color. Like high saturation is better for me. So like pastels, I can use them, but they're just not as visually appealing to me as really strong saturation. And I haven't talked to other people who are colorblind to ask them if that's a thing for them too. Most of the people who are colorblind that I know, well, all my brothers and my dad and, you know, all my uncles and stuff like that. So none of them, you know, did art. I didn't even know I was colorblind until I was in high school. And my teacher thought it was super cool when he found out I was colorblind, because he said, I've been teaching for 40 years and I've only had one other girl who's colorblind. Because it turns out like 10% of men are colorblind and half of 1% of women. I don't know if that's a US stat or a worldwide stat. I learned this a long time ago. But when I went to my optometrist, when I switched to a new optometrist, he was the same way. He was like, I've been doing this for 40 years and I've only had 3 women who are colorblind. So very cool. But my point, was most people who are colorblind don't try to do crafts and arts and things because it's just too frustrating. Like my dad found out he was colorblind in kindergarten when he colored a cow purple. And the teacher was like, why is your cow purple? And he's like, my cow is brown. That's pretty strong colorblind. Mine's not that strong. Anyway, like I said, I didn't know I was colorblind, so I tried. Differentiation is tricky. Saturation is better. I don't know what I was going to say about all those. This page is done, except, you know what? I'm not going to put that one on. Let's put book club on. Book club is also that day. It's the 3rd Thursday, so that's exciting. My brother is not coming to book club. He doesn't even live here. Wait, he does live here now. He does live nearby now. But, you know, he doesn't get to come to book club. Okay, and then I have, this is for recycling, but I don't remember which days are recycling. I have a few other things that'll be on there you'll see in another one. Anyway, what are we reading? Oh, there's a book that I'm not going to read because it's too emotional. I think it's Thousand Splendid Suns. I'll probably go to discussion, but my heart cannot handle stuff like that anymore. Okay, these, I don't know how much recording time I have, These, let's see. I'm just going to show you really quickly what I do. So I white those out as well. This part, I don't white out the bottom. I don't worry about the pale little daisies that are showing. See, it's because I didn't pat that down. See how it has a little daisy design here? I don't worry about that. It's pretty light and it barely shows, and I don't care. So this is what I do. Is that hidden enough? That's enough. So let's go with, let's do the same ones because, you know, we can, because we're in charge. It's my book. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to do it this way though, because it's easier when I can see it better. Just go, oops, I want it kind of over that. Try and get it straight. Not perfectly, but that's okay. Okay, and then let's do this one. Do you use your goal pages? If so, do you use them for goals? Come on. If you white it out and then you put your tape down and pick it back up, it's going to take the white out off. So hopefully that's in the same spot and it won't be a problem or show through. This is pretty good washi. It's kind of dark and has a little bit of mixed, you know, imagery, so maybe it'll be fine. Okay, let's try this at the bottom. And then I'm frustrated that these books, because I got mine dot grid. I don't know if you saw that, if I flipped through it all and showed you. But I got them dot grid because I like to have my writing, you know, have a guide for my writing. These pages aren't dot grid. I wish that these pages were dot grid, and I'll show you something else that I wish was dot grid. I'm about the same height. Okay. Since they're next to each other, if they're not super close in height, it's going to bug me. I am a bit of a perfectionist, and I can eyeball things pretty well, so that's a problem. Okay, so we got it like this. Oh, this is what I was going to show you. On the weeks, weekly, it doesn't have the dots either, and I wish it had them there. It has the dots if you do a 6-month agenda, which is this month and then a bunch of weeks and then month and a bunch of weeks. It has the dots there, so I don't know. But I wish it had the dots there and here. So because it doesn't have the dots, some of the things that I've wanted to do here I haven't done yet because I don't want it to be all crooked. I recently got a stencil that just has lines that I think I'm going to try, but it's not going to be today. So the other thing that I do I have a paper anywhere around here that I can use? I'm just going to flip this upside down. So I use a large sticky note and I'll stick it there, and then I make notes as I go along, and then I can move it to my other book or whatever. Sometimes I've been thinking of, you know, something kind of like this where I print it out and I put it on like whatever I want it to say. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm going to try the lined stuff. So I do this and I do these. That's part of my initial setup, just so that those pages feel ready for whatever I want to do. If I decide to do goals, then I can go in and add all that. That's fine. Okay, hang on just 1 minute. Okay, so let's go to our weekly. So this is how, okay, I know other people change it up a lot, and I did when I first started Planner Perfect, which I did in January. I tried a bunch of different things, but now I kind of have something that works for me, and I like to just use that. So let's look at our colors, and I think we're going to go with, I'd like to use this blue. I'm afraid it's too dark. This one. Should we use it anyway? Let's try that. 373. Is that this one? Okay, we're going to try it. So this is what I do. I use my marker and I just go like that. That's all. That's how I bring in some of the color really quickly. Just do that. And then I will add, it's a little tricky right there with the bumps. I will add some washi and a couple of stickers. So let's look. Okay, let's do, what washi do we have? I have several other washis for this collection, but they're in my other kits, and we're trying to just use this one. So I did use the washi trio as well. Should I go with this one? Does that go? You guys tell me, does this actually go with that? Or am I totally messing it up? Because I don't know, I'm going to use this one. Because I don't know if the blue goes well. What is that? I don't know. So let's do this. Let's go with, I do change the washi up, where I put the washi. Like the other stuff stays pretty much the same, but I do change where the washi goes. So we're going to put one there. And we're going to put one here. This right there. I was just looking. Let's use this one, actually. Just because it's fun and we like it. And I think I have 2 of these. So, okay, we're going to go like that. And then we're going to go, let's see. I use these as like my to-dos. I use these as a to-do menu. So I'm like, okay, it's Sunday night. What do I think I want to do tomorrow? And I'll write 2 or 3 things down. And when I feel well enough, because I have some house stuff, when I feel well enough, I'm like, okay, let's look. Is there something on this list that I can do? So I do that because it's a menu. It's not I have to do these. And I'll explain it more in the future. But for now, so I keep a lot of space. I like these to have a lot of space because of that. So let's see what I don't even always use stickers. Sometimes that's all that I do. But we're going to put a couple stickers on. So let's see. What do we have? What are these? Live for the moments you can't put into words. If lost, please return to the sea, sand, and sun. Let your dreams set sail. Every seashell tells a story. July. That's a cute July. Let your curiosity be the compass that guides you to a new adventure. We're going to go with this one. Let your dreams, this say set sail. Let your dreams set sail. And we're going to put it right here. Am I going to put it straight up? I think I'm going to put it pretty straight. I want to go a little bit up. Nope, we're going to go right there. That one stuck. It's going to stick. The vellum sticks a little bit more and is a little trickier to get up. So I want that there, and I don't want any more sayings. I usually only do 1 saying per spread. Calling it a spread. Let's do, see, I was going to use this fish, but the fish is pointing out, and I don't want the fish to be pointing out. So this fish is pointing in. Let's use that. These can tear really easily, so as you're taking them off, be careful. I do have those tweezers. I don't use them very often unless I'm doing something that I really need to see where it's going. He's cute. And then I want one more up here. Let's do, I want to do the starfish, but I'm not sure the blue is working. Let me just tell you, sometimes I really have a hard time using multiple or putting things on something when they're not grounded. So the washi tape helps ground things, and this is at the bottom and has that little line, so that helps. But I'm gonna put this on there. I may or may not like it. Let's see. And then if I don't, then I will do something with it, do something else later. Okay, so the one thing, my mom was an artist as well, so we used to make her crazy because we would always adjust the color on the TV and she'd come in and people would be green and we didn't understand. But I learned a few things from her. One of the things that I learned is odd numbers work really well. Odd numbers feel more natural, and even numbers in decorating feel more man-made. So sometimes you want natural, sometimes you want a more formal look. But I like natural. So I go odd numbers, 1, 2, 3. I know they have the washi, but this is part of this one and this is part of that one. They're elements. 1, 2, 3, and I go in triangles. She said triangles are very pleasing. You'll see people do that all the time in design, triangles and odd numbers. I think that's okay. We'll do 1 day. So this is going to be Monday. So we'll do 1 day of the week and then we're going to be done. Let's use this one. I have a very set way that I do my dailies. So that's upside down. I don't care. 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, wait, 1, 2. Okay, I like to go 4 down, but I was trying to decide where 4 down was. 4 down. Okay. I know this seems very, very worrisome about things that don't matter, but for me, it does. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same washi on both of them. I do one part of the way down. I remember I was using Traveler's Notebooks, just regular one, and then started to see people use Cocoa Daisy and Planner Perfect, and started following them. And Jimmy Vane did this, and she did hers. She has dinner, so this is like her evening. But I just kind of, I don't script my day or set my day up like that. So I like the idea of, you know, morning, afternoon, and evening, but it just didn't work out for what I'm doing right now. So basically this is here to create my triangle, because I'll put something here, I'll put the title there, and I'll put a sticker here. So let's put this fish over there, because he's facing the right direction for that one. You know, might as well put him right here, and he's grounded because he's on that washi. He's not grounded like he's in trouble. See, he's getting out of his room if he wants to, so he's definitely not in trouble. And then about this. Oh, I want that one. I'm thinking one of these times, should we try it now? Oh, I haven't done this in years, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to try this. If this color doesn't go with that, it's not going to work. We're going to go for it. It may or may not look good. We're just going to go for it. We're going to go just like this. So it's kind of like a washi, but it's not as heavy as a washi, but it does create a good base. That looks like there's a little turtle back there. I don't see a face though. That's a shell. Maybe, what's this one? I don't usually mix I want the PET on the same page as PET, not paper stickers, but right now, this is what we're doing. Okay. Do we think this is the bottom? I think we're going to go like this. We're going to call that the bottom. If it's not, that's okay, because it's my page and I can do whatever I want with it. Now, is this dark enough to be my word? I think it is, and this is Monday. This is very not exact, but this is how I do them all the time. So we're going to go, yeah, I did need to bring that down one more. That's okay. That's okay. It'll be fine. Monday. So I asked you about what you do with your stuff. The other thing I want to know is, are you a letterer? Are you a hand letterer? Like, I wish I was. I wish I knew how to do all the scripting and stuff, and I plan to, right? Plan to learn that. Still haven't. I would love to know, do you do that? Do you use Tombows? I feel like Tombows are almost universal now, but I guess they're not. This is July, so this is June 30th. We're going to just write June 30th. Now let me just tell you, see how I didn't capitalize the June? That took me so long to psychologically get over that. It looks better lowercase, but it's supposed to be capitalized. But then I was learning Spanish and they don't capitalize it, so I kind of felt like it's okay. Plus, it just looks better. So let's see. I think that's it. Is there anything else I need to do? I don't think so. So we have, I will set up the rest of this on my own. Oh, should we choose a sticker? No, I'm going to wait till I've done all my stickers in all my sets before I choose a sticker for here. Okay, so here's July. July is ready and it's beautiful, and I'd love to know how you feel about my colors. Did I choose okay colors? God, I'm seeing so many shadows. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'm not off the screen. I tried to measure that out. I like this one a lot. I think this one looks good. So hopefully my colors are good. Tell Tell me, especially the blues. I'm more worried about the blues than other stuff. Also, here's my other question, and you guys can tell me. This color, is it a brown or is it a gold? Like a yellow gold? Like, what color are these? Because I feel like there might kind of be like a gold in these. And if there is, I'd like to get a marker that I can use with that. So, is this gold? Is there a gold, yellow, orange color? And if so, somebody tell me what Tombow it matches. That's all. Oh my goodness, this is kind of a little bit of a train wreck, and I apologize, but I had to do it. You just have to do it. You just have to move forward and just try. It's all good. I'm excited. Hopefully everything will be a little bit better next time. And hopefully this is good enough that I can actually use it. So, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a fabulous day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.